This is the dramatic moment when 3 lighthouse keepers vanished overnight, and their posts were left empty for 3 days. In the early hours of December 1988, 3 men were working the night shift at the isolated Bishop Rock Lighthouse off the coast of Cornwall, England. At around 4 a.m., a storm surge hit the island, causing catastrophic damage to the lighthouse. Miraculously, the 3 men were not injured in the incident. But where are they now? What happened next is truly bizarre. Shortly after the storm, one of the keepers, 53-year-old William Blake, radioed for help and requested that a helicopter come and assess the damage to the lighthouse. A search and rescue helicopter was quickly deployed to the scene. However, when they arrived, they found that the lighthouse was completely empty. All 3 men had vanished without a trace. What's really strange is that the only way to reach the lighthouse was by boat or helicopter. There were no other access routes. The helicopter crew conducted an extensive search of the surrounding area in case the men had somehow managed to free themselves from the island, but they were unable to locate anyone. They returned to the lighthouse to search inside, but it was then that they discovered something even stranger. All 3 of the lighthouse keepers' beds were neatly made, as if they had just gotten up and left the premises. Personal belongings were left strewn around the floor, and there was nobody to be seen. It's unclear how long the men had been gone, but all of their food was still there, and if they had simply left the island, it's unlikely that they would have left all of their possessions behind. It's also worth noting that the storm had been particularly violent, with waves up to 40 feet high battering the coastline. Had the men left the island in a small boat, they would almost certainly have been lost at sea. The fact that nobody had been injured in the storm, yet there was extensive damage to the lighthouse, suggested that something truly bizarre was going on here. A full-scale search operation was launched involving the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, the Coast Guard, and the police. But despite an extensive search of the surrounding waters, no sign of the missing men was ever found. To day. The case remains unsolved, and the mystery of what happened to the 3 lighthouse keepers has never been fully uncovered. But there are many theories as to what may have happened. One of the more popular theories is that the men were the victims of foul play. It's possible that they were attacked and their bodies were thrown into the sea. However, there is no evidence to support this theory, and it is also unclear what motive a perpetrator may have had for attacking the men. Another theory is that the men simply walked off the island. It's possible that they became disoriented during the storm and somehow made their way off the island. However, this theory is also unlikely, as the island is surrounded by treacherous rocks and cliffs, and it is highly unlikely that anybody could have survived such a fall. Perhaps the most intriguing theory is that the men were abducted by aliens. While there is no evidence to support this theory, it is interesting to note that the men disappeared without a trace, and their personal belongings were left behind. This could suggest that they were taken away in a manner that is beyond our current understanding. What do you think happened to the lighthouse keepers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to stay tuned for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching.